Hello and welcome to a Math Studies Standard Level and High Level video on trigonometry. So what happens if we do not have right angles? Well, if we do not have right angles, think about the consequences. This is what you know. You know the sine of an angle is the opposite angle divided by the hypotenuse. So what happens if you have a triangle that does not have a right angle? Like triangle here, ADE. So you can see it does not have a right angle, hence it does not have a hypotenuse because the hypotenuse is the opposite to the right angle. If it doesn't have a hypotenuse, the sine of this angle is not going to be DE divided by AD. It's a common mistake. It's not, because AD is not the hypotenuse, since there is no hypotenuse. If I do the sine of this angle, the ratio it's going to give me is going to be something like BC divided by AB, or EF divided by AF. That's what I'm going to get if I do the sine of this angle. Now, it still tells me something about the triangle. So what does it tell me? The first thing that it tells me is the sine rule. It's a relationship between the sines and the lengths of the sides. So, for example, this rule actually works in any triangle, and this is the rule. So here's my triangle. So here I have angle A and side A. The small letter often is on the opposite side of the angle that has the same letter, but it's in capitals. And I have A, B, and C, and here are the angles. And when I make this divisions, these ratios, I'm going to get exactly the same value. That's actually it's not very difficult to prove. So that would be the sine rule. And I use this whenever I have one angle on two sides and I need to find a different angle, or when I have two angles on one side and I need to find a side. It's quite clear. Of course, when you use this, just choose one side, like two sides and two angles, and forget about the other side of the equation. You will only need like one equal and both sides of the equal. The other one, now the cosine rule is again for any triangle, and this is what it looks like. Here's my triangle for reference. So I take a side and I square it. I add the other two together and I subtract 2 times the length of those two times the cosine of this angle. This is useful when I know 3 sides and I need to calculate an angle, or when I know one angle and 2 sides and I need to calculate the side. A consequence of these properties is the area of a triangle. So if I have any triangle, I can calculate its area by using the following formula. And again, here's my triangle for reference. If you think about it, it's just a consequence of the other two, because I can calculate the height of the triangle the minute that I know this angle or this angle, and hence C times that will give me the answer. If you don't have, if you're lacking some of that information, you can use the sine rule and the cosine rule to figure it out. Or alternatively, you can just go directly and throw your data inside this formula to calculate the area. That's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Goodbye.